were the Turk Shahis Sanskritized Turks or did they follow Tengrism? The original religion of the Turkic people and the Hunnic people is Tengrism. It's called Tengrism in English. And there is this myth or misconception, which is very prevalent today, that Tengrism is a monotheistic religion. They worship one god called Tengri, which is utter nonsense. Tengrism is a polytheistic religion. They worship the sky father Tengri and the earth mother Umay. They also worship their ancestors. They worship forest spirits. They worship so many other divinities. It's a polytheistic religion. But today there is this effort to portray Tengrism as a monotheistic religion, which is a lie, a malicious lie. So Tengrism is a polytheistic religion. Now, the Turks and the Huns, wherever they traveled, they absorbed the local religion and culture, wherever they went. So the Turk Shahis were most likely descendants of the Shweta Hunas, and maybe some other Turkic elements were there, and they ruled various parts of Gandhara, essentially that region, for a while. How long did they rule? Maybe a couple of centuries or so. And they fought the Arabs. They defended India from the Arabs. Okay. So Turk Shahis, how long did the Turk Shahis? How long did they rule? How long did they rule? Bruh. Did they rule? Okay, a couple of centuries, roughly a couple of centuries, right? Zabulistan, Kabul, Gandhara, etc. So, what was their religion? Were they Sanskritized? What is the meaning of Sanskritization? I'm not quite sure. They practiced Hinduism and Buddhism. It is alleged that they practiced more Buddhism than Hinduism, whatever, but they practiced both religions. They patronized both religions. And as long as they ruled, they defended India from the Arabs. And eventually they were defeated by the Arabs. One of their kings was forced to convert to Islam, and one of his ministers, one of this king's ministers who was a Brahmin, he fought the Arabs. He decided to fight the Arabs, and he set up the Hindu Shahi dynasty. So after the Turk Shahis, you have the rule of the Hindu Shahis, and then things happen, as we know. So there was a deal. They were not Sanskritized, they were Indianized. I don't know what Sanskritized means. Did they speak Sanskrit? They probably spoke the Gandhari language or maybe a Turkic language. I'm not quite sure. But they adopted Indian titles, etc. And their inscriptions, etc., are probably in Sanskrit. But they were not Sanskritized, they were Indianized. If you adopt Sanskrit and Hinduism, Buddhism, it means you're Indianized, not Sanskritized, not Brahmanized or Brahminical religion or whatever. Okay? So that's the deal with the Turk Shahis.